What? Oh, so yeah, X is hating. That one. Hopefully that won't mess up anything. We can still get it in. There you go. All right, so good. We good. So I'm going live right now on 1, 2, 3, and TikTok is 4. All right. We're gonna get started right now. All right. Y'all behind the scenes, so you won't be seeing what I'm gonna be displaying on the screen. So as far as any audio or video, you'll be able to hear it, but you won't unless you go to my YouTube channel. Let me show y'all what the YouTube channel is real quick. Maybe y'all might be interested in going over there and seeing what I'm showing on the screen. Although other than that, you'll just be hearing it. That's it. All right. You'll just be listening to what's going on. So what I'm gonna be talking about today is that Trump has terminated Fauci's and a few other people's security details that they were getting from the government, right? But I'm gonna go a little deeper as to what's really going down with all of that, okay? All right, so here is the YouTube channel right there. I hope y'all can see it. Matter of fact, let me switch the camera, see if I can switch this thing. Yeah, because they're always doing something with this thing. Where are we at? Where are we at? Flip camera? Okay. There we go. So maybe we could show you like this. All right, there you go. So there's the YouTube channel right there. All right. You can go to YouTube and then you can type this in right there where it says you got to put the @ sign, type in @ Thoughts of the Week podcast. If you go to the YouTube channel and just type that in and it should bring you up. Otherwise, if it doesn't, then look for this title right here. Trump terminates Dr. Fauci's government security. All right. Trump terminates Dr. Fauci's government security. One more time. Trump terminates Dr. Fauci's government security. All right. So y'all can go on YouTube to that channel and y'all can watch me there because I'm going to be showing things on the screen. So let's get this in. We live. Oh, we are live. Appreciate y'all. For those who've been listening to me, I'm also talking to folks on TikTok. All right. And you guys can hear me. Let me see something real quick. Yep, we good. You guys can hear me. Let me see something. You're hearing the dog as well. So I'm gonna be fighting with the dog. So yo, we gonna get it in today. We gonna get it in today. All right. We talking about Dr. Fauci being his security being terminated. All right. I appreciate y'all for coming in. Those who's watching me on Facebook, those who are watching me on YouTube, thanks for coming in. And those who's watching me on Twitch, we all live right now. Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and TikTok, we live. And so we're going to talk about Fauci and what's going on with him. Trump terminated his security. Trump terminated Fauci's security, right? I appreciate y'all checking me out again on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. Check this out. We're going to get this in, man. We're going to get deep a little bit. We're going to break down some things. And I'm going to talk about my book. That's all related to what we're going to Fauci. All right. I timed it very well when I wrote the book because I already knew, because I was doing a lot of research. I knew some things was going down from the information I found. And from the information I found, it's all playing out now. So when people ask me, well, how did you know this or how did you know to do that? Because I looked stuff up. It's just like gathering intel. And I looked at things and then I started watching. I started watching people on TV, the news, and I started looking at stuff I found, read. I was like, oh, okay. I see what's about to go down, and everything is playing out just like that. So tell y'all peoples to come on in, join this live. What's up, Twitch? Appreciate y'all coming in and checking this out, because y'all definitely don't want to miss this one, all right? You definitely don't. And with that being said, you're rocking with the best Thoughts of the Week podcast. Let's get it. You're rocking with the best Thoughts of the Week podcast. All right, yes indeed, we giving you what you need, keeping you up to speed. Yes indeed. So yeah, we are going to get it in. All right, we are going to get it in all the way in. I'm live right now on TikTok. Appreciate y'all watching me on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. We got to find out about oh, I know why, because Twitter X, Elon is trying to get money so he can keep fund his little projects. So I don't know if I'm gonna get a subscription or just stay on the free with X. I may or may not. I have to just think about that one. And so, because Twitter X used to allow you to go live, like because I'm using StreamYard right now to go live on multiple platforms. All right. And Elon flipped the script a little bit. He changed up. So let me make sure. Let me get this camera. Okay. So for those who don't know, for those who do know, my book is out. I'm going to try to be on the What's Not app, or Whatnot app, WHATNOT, Whatnot app. If y'all not familiar with that, you might want to get it if you want to make some money selling things. You got to have something to sell. That's a platform. It's very easy to become a seller. I signed up to be a seller there, and it took about 5 to 7 minutes to complete, maybe a little bit longer, maybe 10. And they allow you got to have like a quick training video you watch. The video's probably like 2 minutes. And once you do that, you become a seller. So I think it's way better. I haven't even started using it, but just looking at how you can get set up and what you can do, it's a little bit different from the TikTok stores that you can go sell on TikTok. And it's a lot easier, from my understanding, or quicker anyway, to become a seller. So I'm looking to be selling my book. Y'all see it on the screen right now on Whatnot, the Whatnot app. So you might want to check that out. Might want to get the app. You might want to get it because you have things around the house, or you kind of sell stuff. Make some money on there. Learn a little bit about it, and then it's like now we all becoming the QVC now. You know what I'm saying? It's real easy. But anyway, let's get back to this. I created my book. I timed it all as far as starting to promote it and putting it out for sale, because from the research I was doing, I seen that certain things was going to go down. So I'm not no mind reader. I'm not into psychic and none of that stuff. I go strictly by gathering intel. I have a certain background and looking up and investigating. I'll just put it like that. Some of y'all that watch me might know what I'm talking about. I'm just going to leave it at that. But I did some research. I did a lot of research for this book. And for researching for the book, I found out certain things like, oh, this about to go down? Oh, this about to go down? All right. So some of y'all might have heard last year, it might have popped up in the news like for a short, quick moment. Maybe y'all don't know about it, but I think it was in the news like a flash and nothing that was said. anymore after that about Fauci and Bill Gates. They was supposed to be getting arrested, or it was said that soon they were going to get arrested. And then more recent news, you found that Biden, we're going to get into this article here in a minute, you found that Biden started pardoning Anthony Fauci, Dr. Fauci. Y'all know Dr. Fauci, right? They started pardoning him. What's her name? Old girl's name? Cheney, Lynn, or Lisa? I think it's Lynn Cheney, maybe, and maybe a few other people. And they didn't even get arrested. So the question is, why did Biden pardon Fauci and he didn't even get arrested for anything yet? Right? That's a legit question, right? Why are you pardoning this man and he ain't been arrested? It means you might be anticipating something going to go down with him, right? So Biden was looking out for Fauci, which in itself says a whole lot. It says a whole lot. Like, makes you go, Biden, why did you pardon him? Maybe you got a role in this situation. We all know that was Fauci was the man, the face that you seen on the screen every time was something dealing with the pandemic. But y'all just don't know. So since the pandemic got started, I was researching a lot of stuff. I was looking in some things, couldn't do too much research, but I was kind of researched and found that some things that it was from what they was claiming, trying to make it seem like it got started. They try to make everything seem like it started in 2020, but then I kind of found some information that it might have been 2019 and like around September or so. You gotta relax, man. Over there trying to think you're gonna get at everybody. And so it happened like, I say September-ish. Let me see, June, July, August. Yeah, maybe around September, maybe a little bit at the very end of August, starting in September or mid-September of 2019, right? Yeah, go ahead. Go in there and get him. I'm at the box you out of here. I'm at to lock you out of here. Yeah, let me keep him out this room. He can bark in there for a little while. So I have to battle his barking right now. So, I tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, on TikTok, I'm going to shut it down. All right. You guys know what channel to see me on YouTube. I'm going to be on YouTube the rest of the way, and Facebook and Twitch. And I'll be live there. You'll want to check me out there. Check me out. All right. I'm going to close y'all down because I got to try something real quick. I need this phone. My tablet is acting funny. So we're going to do it by the phone. All right. So love y'all. Peace. One love. We out. All right. So, yeah, because I do want to show something on the screen. Shout out to the top viewers on TikTok, which is Gerald, Walk by Faith, and Irene. Appreciate y'all for joining me on TikTok. And now I'm going to need this phone because I want to try something real quick because I want to show y'all something on my phone, from my phone. Because the app on my tablet that I got the same app on my phone is not wanting to work right. So let me see if I can find it. Where we at? Oh, there we go. And so hopefully this will work. Okay. Let me see here. So y'all bear with me, man. Y'all definitely want to stick around. Where's my pen at? Oh, there we go. Y'all definitely want to stick around for this one. We'll play a video here. We're going to go into an article. Before we go into the video, we're going to go into an article. Right? Let me see here. And so it's going to be a lot of visuals and me talking. All right? And again, we're talking about Trump terminating Fauci's government security, you know, getting security from the government detail. I think that's the letter L, one or the other. we'll see here in a minute. All right. So there's some things I want to show y'all for sure. And I know my phone is going to work. I just got to figure out. Man, how did that work again? Hold on. Whatever, man. So y'all just bear with me a second. Let me pull something up here. There we go. That way I have it ready so I can just show y'all on the screen when it's time. All right, let's look at something again real quick. Oh, okay. I get it now. There we go. So yeah, let's get it in. Let's get it in. Let's get it in. Let me just set this up real quick. No, you got to stay in there, man. You making too much noise. Stay in there. You got to be quiet, homie. You bark again, I'm going to have to let you back out. Okay, hold on. Let me make sure I got this correct. Oops, okay. So now that I know what this is, hopefully that's it. What? Like I said earlier, there's a big possibility that every time you try to do something beneficial or try to show people something that's going to wake them up, all of a sudden the streams start getting funny on you or little funny stuff start happening. But you know, we ain't giving up on that. Let me see if this is it. All right, I'm going to have to redo. Let's see what happens here. See, that's what like I said, when you try to do something right for the people, you try to educate them on some stuff, why won't this show up? Okay, there we go. Yeah, I got that. Oh, no wonder. I wrote it wrong. Okay, it's all good. Now let's see if it works. Boom! There we go. There we go. We in there now. We in there like swimwear. All right, there we go. So we ready. We ready. We ready. We ready for y'all. All right, so yeah. All right, first y'all see the book on the screen. It's out. I'll be selling it. Probably going to be on these pages that I'm on now. If things don't go right with whatnot, I might have to cancel that live, but still go live and do it another way because I'm starting to find out how that the whatnot app works a little bit. And so I might have to change up plans as far as going live on that. But I will be going live eventually and selling things on the whatnot app. And y'all need to get that because there's a lot of deals folks can get. And people was making, when I say people making money over there, selling things, yes indeed. I'm putting y'all up on something. It's up to y'all to take advantage of it. So let's get it in, all right? We're going to start off with this article, all right? We're going to start off with this article. So let's get it in. I'm going to read this here. So Biden's preemptive pardon. Let me make sure. I think I'm good. Yeah, the audio's good. So Biden's preemptive pardon of Fauci. Preemptive. Notice the words. Notice the words. Notice the words. Preemptive. That terminology, when I see that word, it kind of reminds me of combat, whether it's military or hand to hand. All right. That's what, when I see that word, that's what it strikes in my mind. So Biden's preemptive pardon of Fauci sparks outrage, sets dangerous precedent. All right. Let me turn this audio down over here. I'm just making sure it works. So, yeah. Yeah, okay. Anyway, let's get into it. So President Biden issued a controversial preemptive pardon for Dr. Anthony Fauci, shielding him from potential criminal investigations. Okay? The pardon has drawn bipartisan criticism, with many viewing it as an admission of guilt and a dangerous precedent. Okay? Fauci faced accusations of misleading Congress about COVID-19 origins and pandemic decisions, sparking public outrage. Thus, me writing my book. And when I tell you the information in my book, I ain't just giving lip service. And also in my book, because I'm gonna show you that. I'm gonna show you the chapters in it. I'm not gonna show you what it said. I'm just gonna give you chapter 1, chapter 2, read a few of them. So it might make you say, I might want to read that. But before I continue on with this article, in my book, I have at the end of each chapter sources, their website links. So when people start saying, oh, what he's saying in there ain't true, or he making it up, you'll be able to go to the links and get even more detail from the chapters that I gave you details on. All right. I was thinking ahead of time, like, you know what? I'm going to put these sources in here. So when people start running their mouth or trying to run their mouth, I'm going to close everybody's mouth and be like this. And you can refer to the sources. Now I'm gonna tell you right now, some of the sources are already been like paywall, some of them, not all of them, where it'll pull up. Maybe 1 or 2 of them ain't even on there anymore. I found out. I was still going back to look. I was kind of thinking ahead of time on this one. I said, yeah, I was thinking really thinking ahead and anticipating stuff. So there's a couple of links. I don't know if I got them on there. They should be on there, but 1 or 2 of them, not many, you won't even find them anymore. And it makes me wonder why. But the information in the chapter still explains whatever. And so it's sources in that book at the end of each chapter. So you can look it up and you be looking at more like, wait a minute, I read this book. Whoa, look at all this stuff here. All right, so that's just for people who want to run their mouths and start saying he don't know about, he just making this stuff up. Nah, we got the sources. So anyway, let's continue. Senator Rand Paul, I'm go back. Fauci faced accusations of misleading Congress about COVID-19 origins and pandemic decisions. We're gonna get into the video here in a minute. COVID-19 origins and pandemic decisions sparking public outrage. Senator Rand Paul vows to continue investigating Fauci. Senator Rand Paul been on his bumper for a minute. He want to give him that fade. Senator Rand Paul vows to continue investigating Fauci despite the pardon, to uncover the truth about pandemic actions. Don't worry, we got it in a book. I got the info in the book. Get that, Rand Paul. Look that up. In a controversial move that has drawn sharp criticism from both sides of the political aisle, outgoing President Joe Biden issued a preemptive pardon to Dr. Anthony Fauci, the former chief medical advisor, just hours before Donald Trump's inauguration. Just hours before. Wow. The pardon okay, hold on. The pardon with which shields Fauci from potential criminal investigations has been widely condemned as an admission of guilt in a dangerous precedent that allows those in power to evade accountability. All right. The decision to pardon Fauci, who has been a lightning rod for criticism over his handling of the COVID-19 pandemic, has reignited debates about justice, transparency, and the rule of law. They always use that little sentence, rule of law. Anyway, critics argue that the move undermines public trust in government institutions and sends a chilling message. Those in positions of authority can endanger lives and walk away unscathed if the president shields them. Right? I'm going to read that one again. Because I want this stuff to sink in. I don't want, like I said, this stuff been bothering me for years. Something that wasn't right to me for years when this stuff started. And I just kept digging and I kept paying, just observing, because part of being part of the scientific method is observation, asking questions, experimenting, so on and so on. So I was using my observations from since 2019, 2020, up until today, observation, paying attention to news that talks about it, especially heavy when it was heavy back then in the 2021, 22, 23, maybe a little bit. And I've been paying attention to associates, family, people that I knew, families or friends or associates, family members. Some people passed away because of all this. And I just been paying attention to all the information that was coming through human intelligence I was gathering from folks. I even tell you this story. Woman I was dating, she passed away, and I'm wondering if it was because of the vaccine now. I'm really wondering if that's what it really had to do with it, because she told me something else, but when I started sitting back and thinking, it made me kind of wonder about, it might have been the vaccine and she didn't want to tell me, but she ended up passing away from a stroke. But one day she was doing online teaching English to foreigners overseas, and she came across this, I think the girl was Japanese, right? Or some type of Asian. I think she was Japanese. And the girl could speak English pretty decent. And she was, the Japanese girl was going to school for virology related to all this stuff, right? And so I told her, I said, well, ask her about the vaccine. So she started telling her, the pandemic's going on, blah, 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 blah. I said, well, ask her, since she's going to school for this, how long does it take to really get vaccines prepared before they distribute it to people? And I already knew this answer because I knew this from school. And the girl said the same thing I was already thinking. The Japanese girl, she said, it take about 8, 9 to 10 years for them to test out vaccines and stuff before they give it to people. And that's what she was learning in school, to be a virologist. So that's stuck in my head. I said, here you go, a student that's fresh in it, fresh learning, and they teaching her that. All right. So I'm gonna just leave it at that for right now. So let's go back into the article. All right, the decision to pardon Fauci. Listen to this, man. The decision to pardon Fauci, who has been a lightning rod for criticism over his handling of the COVID-19 pandemic has reignited debates about justice, transparency, and the rule of law. Critics argue the move undermines public trust in government institutions and sends a chilling message. Those in positions of authority can endanger lives, millions of lives that is, and walk away unscathed if the president shields them. All right. A pardon that speaks volumes. Biden's pardon of Fauci, along with other high-profile figures, such as retired General Mark Milley, I think his name is, and members of the House January 6th committee he pardoned, has been met with widespread condemnation. Many view the preemptive nature of the pardon as an implicit acknowledgement of wrongdoing. If there was ever any doubt as to who bears responsibility for COVID pandemic, Biden's pardon of Fauci forever seals the deal, Senator Rand Paul wrote on Twitter. All right, Fauci, who served as the face of the federal government's pandemic response, has been accused of misleading Congress about the origins of COVID-19 and the funding of gain-of-function research at the Wuhan Institute of Virology. I keep wanting to read on, but I keep getting this thought as I'm reading. Some of y'all and myself have family members. Some family members said they took the vaccine. All right. No way am I doing this to make any of them feel bad, any of your family members feeling bad. Nothing like that. All right. I'm doing this because I don't like people tricking people into doing stuff, conning them the way it happened like this. I mean, this situation really pissed me off. So that's why I wrote this book. It really pissed me off because I knew something wasn't right about it. It wasn't no feeling and nothing like that. It was strictly observing and just getting intel from folks. That's how I do my thing. I don't need no feelings. I'm like, oh, okay, this coming in, that's coming in. They saying this. This happened to such and such family. It was a thing where people that were more heavier in weight, they was dying more than people who wasn't as overweight. I paid attention to that. There was a lot of stuff going on during that time. I was just kind of peeping information from different people. Like I said, human intelligence I was gathering from different folks. So, and I don't want anybody to get fooled if they try this nonsense again. All right. I really want y'all to be really thinking about the stuff they doing and the stuff they already done and how they get down. So that's why I wrote this book. And I put the sources in there so nobody can say, oh, I'm making this stuff up or I just came up with it off the fly. Nah, you can look up the sources to this one, homie. All right. So let's continue on. That thought kind of bugged me. I don't want no family members to feel bad that they took it, or your families, whatever, your family members, because that's caused a lot of, I know some people, family members felt, and some people ain't even talking to each other because some people wanted to take it. Some people didn't. Some was like, nah, something ain't right. But now all this information keep coming out. That's unfortunately the people that didn't take the vaccine. It's information starting to show that, yeah, they was right about it. But this is no way to down any of y'all. So this ain't a down anybody for this. I don't like what they did, how they did it. It pissed me off. And now all the stuff that I was gathering and stuff that I was seeing, now all of a sudden all the truth coming out from and what I was thinking. So all the truth is coming out now. It's slowly coming out. But they quiet about it. That's the whole thing. They keep it real quiet about it. They ain't saying much. And that's the thing. If they don't have to put it on air, y'all not going to know nothing about it. And it's always up to the new black media to expose it all. You know what I'm saying? New black media expose it all. And that's what they don't want us to do. All right. So don't y'all feel bad about it. Just understand the next time, be more observing, critically thinking more. Because like I said, the stuff in this, man, the stuff in this book is crazy. And it's all some of the stuff coming out that I wrote in the book. Now all of a sudden it's starting to come out. And I kind of knew it was gonna go down a certain way because when I was doing research, I was like, oh, they're about to do this, they're about to do that. Oh, this is what they thinking about doing. So I kind of timed it in the right time, put everything out. So let's continue, man. Where we at? Many people feel that his decisions during the pandemic led to unnecessary deaths. Yes. Economic devastation. Yes. And the erosion of civil liberties. Yes. By pardoning Fauci, Biden has effectively shielded him from potential legal consequences, leaving many Americans feeling betrayed. But they ain't. I bet you a lot of Americans don't realize that. So a lot of people know about this, what Biden did, some don't. Pardoning him before he even go to jail. The pardon sets a troubling precedent by allowing individuals in power to act with impunity. This act suggests that those in power can evade scrutiny, leaving the public without answers and without justice. Such a precedent cannot stand unchallenged. Senator Paul, again, who chairs the Senate Homeland Security and Governmental Affairs Committee, has vowed to continue investigating Fauci. Don't worry about it. Make part of your investigation the book, homie. Pick up the book. You'll see some more stuff. And you'll see the sources and you'll find more stuff. As despite the pardon, as chairman of the Senate Homeland Security and Governmental Affairs Committee, I will not rest until the entire truth of the cover-up is exposed. Oh, I got it in my book. Trust me. It's in my book. I'm going to show y'all the chapters in there. All right? In a little bit. Paul said, okay, his commitment to uncovering the truth has resonated with many who feel that Fauci's actions during the pandemic warrant a full and transparent investigation. The backlash against Biden's pardon has been swift and bipartisan. Activist Riley Gaines called the move a new low, while Tom Filton, I think that's his name, or Fifton, president of Judicial Watch, urged President Trump to ignore the pardons and proceed with investigations. Yeah, okay. The blanket pardons issued by Biden are invalid and constitutional nullities and should be considered to have no legal force or effect, Fifton said. I think that's how you pronounce his name, or Filton. I'll say how I think it is. Even some Democrats have expressed discomfort with the concept of preemptive pardons. Even some Democrats have expressed discomfort with the concept of preemptive pardons. Pardon folks before they even go to jail or get an inkling that they might go to jail. But that's what your boy Biden did, the one y'all caping for, or caped for, or voted for. This should make all of y'all like really start from the presidential process. If another pandemic should go down, y'all need to start being more observant, looking into stuff. Don't jump up and jump the gun because they go out and put stuff on TV and yeah, you gotta do it. Y'all just gotta do it. It's gonna do this and no, something wrong with the ones who ain't not vaccinated. The ones who's not vaccinated, y'all making them sick. All lies. I think some of that gets mentioned in my book too. All right. All lies. Okay. Even some Democrats have expressed discomfort with the concept of preemptive pardons. I think preemptive pardons seem to imply guilt. Representative Jake Atkin-Claus, I think that's how you pronounce it, previously told a news source. Senator Amy Klobuchar, y'all know her, echoed these concerns, stating, I didn't like the pardon of the president's son. Let me get that out the way real quick. I didn't think That was prudent. Okay. A legacy of controversy. Biden's last minute pardons, particularly that of Fauci, have cast a shadow over his presidency. I'm going to read that one again. Biden's last minute pardons, particularly that of Fauci, have cast a shadow over his presidency, by shielding individuals from potential legal consequences. Biden has raised serious questions about accountability and the rule of law. As Senator Paul and others continue their investigations, the American public will be watching closely to see if justice can still be served. In the end, Biden's decision to pardon Fauci may be remembered not as an act of mercy, but as a glaring example of how power can be used to protect the powerful at the expense of you, the people. All right. So that's that on that. Okay. So your boy pardoned Fauci, and Fauci didn't even get arrested for anything. But like I mentioned earlier, it was a quick, I don't know, I found it in the news, but maybe not been in the video news. I found it on the internet. And let me speak on that real quick. They put all the truth that happened, but you got to go search it and find it. And I think, when it comes to people kind of higher up and those who think they're the illuminated ones, that's all I'm going to say like that. They don't want to catch any karma. So any bad karma for just doing wrong to folks. So what they do, I'm kind of speaking a little bit in code and then not in code at the same time. So what they do is they go and tell what the truth is. They just don't make it easily available for you to find it. And so you got to go and find it. And they know that a lot of y'all, unfortunately, are not going to spend the time to go find it. So you got other people who really want to go find information and then let y'all know what really went down. So they really banking on a lot of y'all just not to go looking up stuff. So they won't be looked at it as like, oh, well, you're hiding this and hiding that. It's out there. You just got to search for it. They hide the information, but you just got to look. Maybe one day I might have to sell it. I don't know, because I took time and found I found tons of websites that you can get information from, that they be putting the truth in there. And just for my time of finding this stuff over the years, I ain't gonna charge nothing but like $1.50, but I might give you a whole bunch of websites that y'all can start informing yourselves on some stuff, so that I'll think about it. Other than that, I might just tell you when I find out stuff. I just come out and tell you. I don't know yet, so we'll figure it out. We'll see what happens. But yeah, it's out there. But a lot of people don't want to read and don't want to research, so everybody kind of goes by feelings a lot. I feel this and I feel that, or the little bit of headlines that people spew out on the mainstream news, and people run with that as, oh yeah, well, such and such said this, such and such said that. While the people who really want to look up stuff, like Senator Rand Paul, he want to dig in deep. But I guess that's expected of him. But the average folks don't. A lot of people don't want to look up stuff and find stuff, which is cool. I mean, it's no dig at anybody, but it's just that's what the people who run things, they understand the psyche of people, the average folks. So they know a lot of people ain't going to look for it. All right. So what I'm going to do now is play this video, and then I'm going to show you the chapters in my book. and maybe this stuff, and I'll talk about the video a little bit. I might stop and go on the video. I might play it through once, then go back and then stop and go make some comments on it. And then we'll get out of here, man. All right. So let's get into this video.
Yeah. President, the security detail for Anthony Fauci was terminated last night, and I'm wondering if you have any comment on that.
About what?
The security detail for Anthony Fauci was terminated last night, sir. Do you have a comment?
No, I think, when you work for government, at some point your security detail comes off. And, you can't have them forever. So I think it's very standard. If it would be for somebody else, you wouldn't be asking the question. The question is very fair.
All right, I'll play that back again real quick. It's a short video. It's probably, what? I don't know, probably less than a minute or so. But let me tell you something about Trump. I've said this before, numerous occasions. A lot of y'all think he's dumb. And I've said several times, you know the saying, game, recognize game? Well, I always say clever, recognize clever. So clever, me, recognize clever. No matter how dumb he is or you think he is or whatever, Trump ain't stupid. Again, clever, recognize clever. And a lot of times you'll hear Trump say things and it sounds dumb. But what I found Trump to do is, what Trump does is sometimes he'll tell stuff, and sometimes he'll say stuff and don't give you the details. I guess the best way I could put it, he don't give you the details on it. So in this video, like they're talking about how Trump said, he's getting rid of Fauci having his own security, and you'll hear some of the other stuff he's gonna say here in a minute. But he ain't putting out there what else. He's like, oh yeah, I'm getting rid of his security. And he's gonna mention something about, yeah, Fauci got a lot of money now. But he ain't saying what he did, how he did it, why he did it. Right? Because like I told y'all earlier, I don't know if he's going to go through with it, but it was put out there. And I knew about this some time back, that they were planning on arresting or trying to get him charged. I knew this a while back before the news came out. I started digging and I was like, oh, I found this. And I just sat on it and waited. And then lo and behold, it came out more mainstream. I was like, oh, okay. Then I found the right intel. I just sat on it to see how it was going to play out, if there was going to be something said about it or not. I like to say sometimes I went to the school, the investigative research school of Dick Gregory. Rest in peace, Dick Gregory, man. That was a super elite researcher, for real. For real, for real. Rest in peace, Dick Gregory. He had the intel. But so I learned some little stuff from watching all his videos back in the day, and stuff that I found sometimes. Then he ended up saying on the video, I was like, oh, I was on the right track. So rest in peace to him. But Trump, he'll say things and don't elaborate more on it. Like I mentioned this too. He called Gavin Newsom. I know y'all heard him say that a few times, especially when it was kind of on the campaign trail. He called the governor of California Gavin Newsom. He always would say Gavin Newscum. And there's a reason behind that. Maybe one day I'll play, if I can find the audio again, I'll play what's behind that, or some of the reason why he called Gavin Newsom Gavin Newscum. So he said Trump says things and he won't give you the details of it. And some people don't, and then he'll just look like he's just saying dumb stuff. Right? Or he just saying stuff. But if you pay attention, you look up things sometimes, you find things, you be like, oh, because when he was saying that, and then I found out why, I found out what was going on with Gavin Newsom. I like, oh, that's why he was calling him Gavin Newsom. Because I picked that up real quick. Like, why you calling his name, saying his name wrong? You got to pay attention to these folks when they say stuff. I said that to a few times. You have to pay attention to what they say, what they don't say, or how they say things, because they'll say things and just kind of leave you out. You don't know what the heck he's talking about. All right? You just think he's just talking gibberish. But let's play the video.
Yeah.
Mr. President, the security detail for Anthony Fauci was terminated last night, and I'm wondering if you have any comment on that.
About what?
The security detail for Anthony Fauci was terminated last night, sir. Do you have a comment?
No, I think, when you work for government, at some point your security detail comes off. And, you can't have them forever. So I think it's very standard. If it would be for somebody else, who wouldn't be asking the question. The question is very fair. But, you work for government. We took some off other people, too. But you can't have a security detail for the rest of your life because you worked for government.
For it to be taken off, sir?
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Would you feel partially responsible if something were to happen to, say, Dr. Fauci or John Bolton?
No. They all made a lot of money. They can hire their.
Now, I'm going to play that back a little bit. I'm going to go back a little bit. But if you ought to hear the question, she asked him, will he feel partially responsible if something happens to Fauci and whoever this Bolton dude is, right? She said, would you feel partially responsible? I mean, I guess because he's taking his security away. That's kind of interesting to ask a question like that. And Trump was like, nah, I don't feel responsible or nothing. Hey, he don't need to have this government security the rest of his life. He got money. He can hire his own security. As a matter of fact, he made money. Let's see if he says that. He said that.
John Bolton?
No. They all made a lot of money. They can hire their own security, too. All the people you're talking about, they can go out. I can give them some good numbers of very good security people. They can hire their own security. They all made a lot of money. Fauci made a lot of money. They all did. So if they, felt that strongly, I think that certainly I would not take responsibility.
Boom. He said that, yeah, they made a lot of money. He made a lot of money. Fauci made some money. Yeah. He can hire his own security. But that goes back to what I said. He makes those little comments like that, and you thinking they talking just about security. But in Trump's mind, he knows why he's saying that. It's a little bit more to him just saying, oh, yeah, Fauci got money. But see, he's leaving things out. Fauci got money regarding this pandemic. See, that's the part he leaves out. See, he got money because of this happened over here, and this happened with the NIH, and this happened with the Wuhan lab, and blah, 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 this, and blah, blah, blah. He leaves that part, those parts out. You know what I'm saying? He leaves that out. That's what doesn't get told. So I told you, Trump says things, and if you pay attention to him long enough, you might get what he's really saying, or you might get the missing pieces sometimes. And then sometimes you just got to watch him in different interviews down the line. This week he might say something. They might ask him about Fauci. Next week they may ask him, and he says something. He adds a little piece here and a little piece there. You just got to be able to be there at the time they interview Trump. And he adds a little bit of more of this. He adds a little dash of that. And you start putting the puzzle together. And you go, oh, that man is, yeah. So, y'all stop thinking that Trump is some Dumbo. I'm not saying anything about the racist part or all that. Although, there's been plenty of black people that gave receipts showing he looked out for black folks. So, even with certain laws, so I don't know, unless he's a racist guy that just likes to help black people sometime, or if he's like a racist person that just says, I'm just going to keep doing something for them. They need so much help. like he's going to be the savior. Maybe that's the case, but I done seen and heard plenty of receipts that he did stuff that would be beneficial for black folks, and Biden didn't do that. Biden did none of that. All right. Even Biden said some things in that leaked Zoom meeting that nobody ever seems to want to mention. For those who cape for him. Let me see here. See if I can find this real quick. I hope it works. I might have to redo. Oh, there we go. Okay. Okay. So, with that being said, let me see here. Why is it not going? Okay, there you go. It's on a delay. All right. Okay, let me see if can you expand this? Can this be expanded? Let me try something real quick, ladies and gentlemen. Just give me a sec. Where we at? Can I do this one? Let's try it. All right, there we go. There we go. So y'all see on the screen, there's my book. All right. It's out now. Y'all can get it on Kindle. I'll be selling the paperbacks. We're going to do a Black History Month, probably like February the 8th. Or sooner or a little bit later. I don't know, the times and day might change. But right now, was it the 8th? Is it February the 8th? Yeah, I think so. Whatever that Saturday is when I plan on selling it. I also might give out a couple of free ones, but they're the book, but they're the not for sale version. They like the test version because I had to have them send me some I forget what the actual word is, but a test so I can make sure it looks good and so the cover might be a little bit off and stuff like that. So but I have 3 of the not for resale ones. Let me see here. So I might end up doing a show and see, like on this one, on the bottom, y'all might be able to see this little white strip, but on the actual book is all black. So there's some corrections I had to make on the book cover because I gave the measurements a little bit, had the measurements off. So nothing's wrong with it other than them being a little bit off on the design and stuff like that. But the inside looks great. The inside looks crisp and clean. So I might do some giveaways on these. So y'all just kind of stay tuned to that. And we'll see how we do it on that. And so let me pull up the chapters real quick. Like I said, there's a lot of stuff going down, and the timing is coming in correct now. The timing is coming in. I guess I timed it pretty right on this one. Making sure I came out with the book right around Trump made president, and then I started seeing like, yeah, things are shifting. And I knew about them talking about Bill Gates and Fauci, talking about having them arrested. And somebody told me something about Bill Gates fled to some other country. I don't know how true that is. It's sort of unverified. It's just information that's coming through the black media streets. Said he done kind of disappeared to some other country, so he can't get hemmed up. That's Bill Gates anyway. And so yeah, the timing was right on this one. So yeah, let's go to this real quick. And let me see how, okay, maybe we do it like this. So here are the chapters. I'm just going to read the chapters out to you. Chapter 1, Fauci in hot water. Leaked emails suggest he might have bent the truth on COVID cover-up. All right. Chapter 2, Fauci pushed scientists to spin COVID-19 as a natural origin story in a research paper. All right. Chapter 3, Fauci's wife pulled strings at the NIH to prop up hubby's COVID moves. Chapter 4, Fauci admits gain of function research was behind COVID-19 outbreak. Now, some of y'all might have heard that when old boy Rand Paul was kind of, that came out in some of the hearings, I guess the judicial hearings or Senate hearings or something like that. So that kind of was out there, but there's a lot of details that y'all don't know about regarding that. All right, there's some more stuff to add to that mix. Okay, so chapter 5, Fauci's farmer files exposed the lies. He pretended to be clueless about Twitter while secretly controlling the World Health Organization COVID response, and that's only the tip of the iceberg. All right, chapter 6. Y'all know about Trudeau and the president of Canada. Yeah, he was in on some things too. And it's kind of interesting how all of a sudden he's leaving or already left or will be leaving as being the president of Canada, right? It's kind of interesting how certain things are going down. All right, so chapter 6 is Trudeau, Fauci, and other pandemic power players backpedal hard, claiming they did nothing wrong. Chapter 7, Fauci's not the only one, Fauci's not the only one. The COVID lab leak cover-up runs deeper than you think. Okay? Chapter 8, Fauci's successor, Gene Marazzo, pro-lockdowns, mask rules, and mandates galore. Number 9, chapter 9, Fauci, Walensky disappeared too. Rochelle Walensky, she disappeared too. So Fauci, Walensky, and Uncle Sam kept quiet about jab risk. Myocarditis and blood clots were on their radar in early 21. Chapter 10, Fauci's undercover visit to the CIA. Did he sway the COVID origin story? Chapter 11, Fauci and the virologists. Behind the scenes scheme to spin the Wuhan story. Chapter 12, Fauci's ex-right hand caught red-handed, scrubbing emails on COVID's roots. So Fauci's right-hand man was caught red-handed, trying to get rid of them emails about the COVID's roots, where it came from, right? Chapter 13, Fauci spills the tea. Social distancing flimsy, and Wuhan lab leak no longer tinfoil talk. Okay. Chapter 14, Fauci comes clean. The social distancing rule that wasn't backed by science. Chapter 15, Fauci on the hot seat. Ordered to save the receipts for free speech fight. Chapter 16, same script, new day. Fauci still pointing fingers at the unvaccinated for COVID deaths. So Fauci was still pointing at folks that didn't get the vaccine, saying, yeah, it was their fault. He still was pointing fingers. Chapter 17, Fauci caught the COVID 3 times after having 6 vaccinations. Interesting. Chapter 18, Fauci's cover-up crew. How EcoHealth's Daszak dodged the feds, or Daszak. Chapter 19, Remdesivir expose. Fauci's COVID drug left United States servicemen for dead. Chapter 20, Fauci's dirty secrets. Fauci's role in the COVID cover-up and China's bioarms push. Chapter 21, RFK Jr. declares that Trump will lock up Gates and Fauci. See, I put that in the book there, so I knew about that. Chapter 22, exposing the COVID hustle. The real story behind Thank You, Dr. Fauci. And Thank You, Dr. Fauci is a documentary. I think I might have the link in there for that chapter in case people want to go. And I think it streams. You can stream it to watch it. You ain't going to find it too many places because they want to keep that information hidden. Okay? But the links, like the sources that's in the book, I think the link to that particular, to watch that video is in that chapter, at the end of chapter 22. So you might be able to go, if you really want to dig in and look at it. I don't think it costs, I don't think they charge him much for that, to watch it, to stream it. So that's the name of that documentary. It's called Thank You, Dr. Fauci. All right. So the chapter title, chapter 22, is Exposing the COVID Hustle. The real story behind Thank You, Dr. Fauci. Okay. Chapter 23 is the final chapter. Biden weighs covering Fauci and Cheney while Trump teases pardons for J6 crew. So I knew that ahead of time about the pardons or the potential pardons from Biden and the Trump side. There was kind of talk about that. So it's in the book. All right. It's in the book. It's in there. I don't know. It's some delay. Okay, there we go. It's some delay on the screen, but it'll pop up one more time. There you go. Come on, homie. Anyway, there you have it, man. There you go. It's on the screen now. So yeah, there's some things going down. Meet me in the trap. It's going down. Meet me at the mall. It's going down. So yeah, that's what's really going on with Fauci. I don't know if they plan on still going through with maybe putting him in jail, but Biden already pardoned him, so they might. I don't know how that flows legally, but I guess it's legal because I read the article earlier that even some Democrats had kind of issues with Biden and that rule to be able to pardon folks like preemptively. So some Democrats had taken issue with that. They thought that was kind of whack, if you will, or weird, if you will. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure y'all guys go and get this book. All right. I'll be on again. I won't be, for those who are watching me on YouTube, let me see, I can pull up my channel. This is where I'll probably be going live to, let me pull it up real quick. Besides my personal Facebook page, and I don't have a Twitch page, but I'll probably create a Twitch page for this other YouTube channel. Let me see if I can pull it up there. Okay. Just in case you're interested. I have it scheduled for me to go live on that day, but I don't know, it might change. So let me pull that on the screen real quick. Probably like. Okay. Let me see if I can find it here. Where you at, homie? Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Just so y'all can see it. Anyway. Is this it? Where you at, homie? All these pages on here. Close a lot of these things out. But the channel is called Sell It Saturdays. There you go. I think this is it. So there you go. That's on the screen now. So I might be going live on that channel called Sell It Saturdays when I'll be selling my book. That's the physical book. Now, there's one part I forgot about telling. So I don't know if you can see this. I know the background makes it funny to see. But anyway, nice glossy look. A little shine to it. So on that day, now my book is $15.95, the paperback. But on that day, I'm going to sell it for $9. All right. So y'all want to get it at a special sale price. Oh man, this is even short. No wonder why these are little test books. One is shorter than the other two. That's crazy. They cut it different. Yeah, they cut this one off. I see. Wow. Yeah, so these are just samples. I guess you could say sample books. So I can see what they look like before I actually put them out. Yeah, so okay. Wow, they cut this one off. I wonder if they cut any information out of there. Because that came in looking janky. But these are the sample ones. I might give this out like giveaways. It's like 3 of them left. And so I'll probably give those out as a free giveaway. But I'm going to do it. When I do it, you'll see how it goes. Because you got to put there's a certain word you got to put in. And then I'll show y'all when I get to doing it. I might do that earlier than February 8th. I might do a free giveaway for everybody who's going to be watching me live on my YouTube page. Matter of fact, Sell It Saturdays, I might do it on that page and on my personal Facebook page. And I don't know if they allow it on Twitch or not, but we'll see. But I'm going to give those out free since they're just samples. You know, they have little dings, something wrong with them if they cut the book off a little too early on the page, or the cover is not complete like I had it or wanted it. So they're just samples, just so I can get an idea and then make corrections. All right, but that's Sell It Saturdays. That's one of my many YouTube channels that I have. And so I plan on going live there to sell the actual paperback. They'll be for $9. And once that live is over, because I might go into a little bit more of the book at that time. But once that live's over, then it's going to be back to regular price. All right. So there you have it, Silly Rabbit. Hopefully you gain a little bit more insight about Trump, a little bit about what's going on with Fauci, and let me see something. There you go. And the next time around, if there's a next time, what you should be doing though is getting yourself as healthy as possible. Number one, that's for sure. Start getting yourself as healthy as you can get. yeah, just start getting as healthy as you can start eating them as much healthier food that you can possibly get your hands on. Exercise more, drink water more, a lot more water than you might normally have done in the past years, because that's going to help. Because they keep teasing these little teases of this is happening, that's happening, bad foods having this stuff. What were they saying? And supposed to be in California, but I guess all that stuff started dying down because of wildfires and other stuff took precedent over that. But it was supposed to be some type of something that made people cough real heavy, and they were starting to say it was growing, but that kind of now that's disappearing. So I don't know if they're playing with everybody's minds by putting that out there to kind of try to put people at an edge a little bit, or they just trying to play with folks mentally. But don't get caught up in that game is when they trying to play with your mind like that. All right. Just pay attention of them when you hear these news stories about stuff like that, and just kind of move accordingly. All right. You hear these things and go, okay, try to get some more details on it. Is it spreading to other states? Is it coming from another country? And then they're talking about it starting to filter into our country. When you start hearing these things, just kind of pay attention a little bit more to the when they come out with news like that. Sometimes I think they're just trying to play on people's minds because they know that certain people are gonna kind of freeze up and panic. Oh, they said this is happening, and then they get you hemmed up again. But when it came to this thing here, this pandemic, it was a bunch of lies, and a lot of people got tricked, unfortunately, and it caused a lot of deaths. People got played severely. And I always knew it because I kept just looking at stuff when this stuff was happening. I like, nah, I kept saying for years, something ain't right, man. Something ain't right. Something ain't right. And a lot of people was going out, speaking out, like on YouTube and Facebook. And for a while, Facebook and YouTube and other social media platforms was shutting people, either taking their videos down when they was talking something against what Fauci was saying, and all these other people who were down with Fauci. And then now all the truth is starting to come, that a lot of people who were saying stuff against what he was saying is turning out to be the truth. And that Fauci and his crew were lying. So pick up that book, ladies and gents, and you'll get some details that'll make you blow your mind. Pew, 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 pew. So yeah, make sure you get that book, man, and if not, tell somebody else to pick it up. All right, it's available now on Kindle, on Amazon Kindle. So cop that. I guess somewhere down the road, I might do the audio version. Record it myself and find out how I can get that on to Audible. So somewhere down the road, I don't know a date or time, because I'm actually translating this book into Spanish now. And then after that, since I kind of put that out before, I'm just going to kind of go back to being quiet on what other languages and stuff I might do it in. I might go back dark again on certain things. I learned something from Jeff Bezos. I won't say it right now. But I ran into some information on how Jeff Bezos kind of moves. So I picked up some things. So yeah. So once I got that information, like, oh, let me try that. See how that works. So, but anyway, I appreciate y'all, man. Be sure to share this channel out. Be sure to tell people to subscribe to the YouTube channel, Thoughts of the Week podcast. Those who follow me on my personal Facebook page, hit me up. All right. Tell your folks to follow me. Shout out to y'all on Twitch. Twitch been following me. That's what's up. Thanks for looking out. I Appreciate y'all watching me on Twitch. Tell some for those who's watching me on Twitch, tell some other people about it. I gotta go back to kind of going on Twitch to seeing how things work because all I did is set it up so I can go live. But I think you can share those videos. So for those watching me on Twitch, tell your people about the channel on Twitch. Tell them check it out. I don't have I don't go on a regular schedule. Sometimes you see me on a kind of regular pace, then I kind of fall off and do it once here, once there. And I kind of do it like that because I just don't want to be doing something just to be doing it because then it's not like authentic. You know what I'm saying? And so I kind of move like that. I want to be able to, when I go out live, I want to be like really into what I'm talking about. Even if because there's some lives I ain't stay on for 10 or 15 minutes. And that's another thing too. My times are not going to always be like we're into an hour and 23 minutes right now. So some of them might be 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 40 minutes. I think I did the shortest one I did, I think was like 5 minutes or 7 minutes before. So you're going to always get those fluctuations on how long I'm going to be on. But what I definitely want it to be is no matter how long I'm on, I want it to be valuable to you, all right, as far as the information, as far as what I'm talking about. I want it to be something valuable. And so that's why I don't just try to do stuff regular. Every now and then I might do something like a breaking news type of thing, or I might go on my news channel and do the breaking news. You know, what might be more regular is my news channel. What's the 411 news? So the news might be a little bit more regular pace, but my podcast, it just got to be information I come into and I'm feeling it, or it's like, yo, I ain't with this or with that, or I'm seeing something like, oh, the people need to know this. Then I'll come out and do something. Or sometimes I'll record them and then I'll put it out as live. So you might get that too sometimes. And then sometimes I just come out live. So we are live. I am live on this one. This is not the recorded version. Y'all wouldn't know one way or the other, I guess, anyway. But I'm telling you, sometimes I'll record them and then I'll put it out as a live. And so, but either way, however I just do it, I do it. And for those who are still thinking to this day about they want to do a podcast and they don't know about this and they got to get all the super fly equipment, you don't, because I started off with just taking doing videos on my cell phone. How I started off is I recorded video and I just got the app that edits the video and then I put it out. And right now I'm not using any microphone. I'm using the computer's microphone. So I don't have, and I have, sometimes I've been using the snowball joint, but I don't even have the snowball plugged in right now. So you don't need to get all this fancy equipment. You can use your laptop if you want to pay for StreamYard, because StreamYard allows you to go and broadcast to several platforms. Even Instagram, I gotta need to start putting this stuff on Instagram too. I gotta start having that set up so I can go on Instagram live too on my other Instagram pages. But you don't gotta show your face. Let me see something. For those who's like kind of shy about showing their face, I'm about to cut my face out. Hold on. Oh, right here. So you can cut your face out and just put a picture or put nothing there. So for those who like don't want to show their face or they feel shy about speaking in front of a camera, you still can do it. All right? There's ways around doing that. So don't let certain things, the whole point of me saying all that is not only just with podcasting, although the real definition of podcast is audio based, but now people are doing video. And you can take the audio from the video and then put the audio out, right? So, but the whole point of me saying all this is that don't let things stop your progress or stopping you from wanting to do something. find other options is the best word I think will be it. Find other options or alternatives to get you where you need to go. Don't let things slow you. It might slow you down, but don't let it stop you. All right. So you ain't got it. If you don't want to show your face on screen, you do like this, boom. For those who are shy about being on camera, there's still ways around it. All right. So with that being said, I appreciate y'all, man. Thanks for coming in. I appreciate y'all that checking me out live right now. Shout out to y'all on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. We got to get I gotta find something out about Twitter. I gotta make some decisions on if I'm gonna do certain things so I can broadcast live on Twitter. It used to be, but when Elon got in there, he done kind of changed stuff up. And let me see what else. I gotta start putting all these videos on Spotify too, because Spotify is now allowing podcasters to show video now. They're video versions of it. And I've been slacking on putting a lot of episodes on there. So I got to play catch up with Spotify. For those who have subscription with Spotify, then you can see me there too. But anyway, again, I keep saying it again. Appreciate y'all for checking me out. Thank you very much. Share the live out. Share the video out. Tell your people about the podcast. Say you digging what my man is putting out. Y'all need to check him out. And, we'll be back soon. Who knows? I might be back tomorrow with another one. I might be back next week. But one thing definitely going to get is going to get some information that you can use or information that you can pass on to somebody else. All right. So you know what it is, man. This is Thoughts of the Week podcast. Until next time, we will check you out again. All right. Be sure to support the channel. Hold on, before I get out of here. Hold on, let me put this up on the screen. Where we at? Let's see. Before we get out of here, make sure you go to my website, man. You want to find out everything that's going on about me, or, you might be interested in certain things. I am the brand. Not Nike, not Target, not Walmart. They ain't the brand. I'm the brand. So go to iamthebrand.org, O-R-G, all right? And find out all type of stuff I'm into or getting into or going on. You can also see my other YouTube channels. You might be interested in other stuff because there's so many topics and so many subjects I'm interested in. I made separate channels for them. All right? So you might want to check that out. I'll have to make some changes on it, change some things around, but yeah. There might be some other stuff you are interested in outside of this podcast show. So go to iamthebrand.org. All right? You're rocking with the best, most definitely the best Thoughts of the Week podcast. I'm gone. BX in the building, baby.